Our top story tonight, the plan to help finance a Major League Baseball stadium and the area surrounding it on Salt Lake's west side is moving forward at the Utah legislature.
Yeah, but Utah's hotel industry has few concerns here over the fact hotel taxes across the state would go up. News specialist Lindsay Aerts here with the details on this. And Lindsay, how much are we talking about?
Yeah, well, Mike, if you go stay in a hotel room for about $200 a night, the increase here is going to cost you about $3 per night per stay in a hotel if this bill passes. But there are some nuances here, so let me walk you through some of them. Now, again, if this bill passes, hotel taxes would go up immediately, but just by a very small portion, and that would help fund emergency services largely needed for tourism in rural Utah. Then, once an MLB expansion deal is secured, that's when the further hotel tax increase goes up. Now, that overall increase is what's concerning to some hotel industry reps who say that their industry is bearing the brunt of this cost. They argue that the more taxes get layered onto hotel rooms, the harder it is to sell those rooms, and that could cause rates to go up. The bill's sponsor argues that the cost is minimal and the economic benefit to the whole state is significant. Now, a Utah Hotel and Lodging Association representative who I spoke with says they are very excited about Major League Baseball, but still worried that the hotel tax hike falls on Utahns.
The general consensus is that out-of-state residents are paying for this. That's not necessarily entirely true. We know that about half of hotel stays in Utah are paid for by people that reside in Utah. And so the more these start to layer on, it not only affects Utah consumers, but it's also ultimately going to have an impact on the industry itself.
We think that this will open up Utah for the possibility to host a college football bowl game in the same way that the San Francisco Giants Park hosts a ball game. They host football games at Fenway Park in Boston. We think that has a lot of benefits for tourism. And so we're asking tourism to contribute in a large way to the financing of the state.
Now, the bill's sponsor, Senator Lincoln Fillmore, there also calls this proposal very low risk to Utah taxpayers. He argues that this deal has safeguards for the state. Those include that the majority of hotel taxes don't go up until a team is secured. Secondly, that the state owns the stadium and the owners, the Larry H. Miller Group, are renting it back from the state. And finally, if the team doesn't work out for whatever reason, the Larry H. Miller Group would have to pay back any taxpayer money that's been invested. Now, this morning, this bill passed out of a House committee, and LHM CEO Steve Starks spoke obviously in favor of this bill, but he did testify that they still plan to revitalize this Fair Park neighborhood with or without baseball. Now, this bill only has 5 working days to pass the legislature. Reporting live in Salt Lake City for Live at 5, I'm Lindsay Aerts. Back to you.
We'll have to see what happens. Lindsay, thank you.